Welcome back to a brand new episode of Let's Play NieR with me, Fudge RPG. We've just been side questing a bunch. And... oh shit, what happened here? Oh, they all died. I didn't know you had to, like, actually kind of keep an eye on it. That sucks. Never mind.
Hi there.
Yoda? Oh, hi Dad. How are you feeling? I'm okay. Sometimes it still hurts, but that fish medicine you got helps a lot. Good. Dad? Are you gonna stay here tonight? I'll stay with you. Yay, Dad's gonna stay home tonight. Easy, Yoda, you'll hurt something. I don't care, I'm just happy I get to see you. It's late, you should go to bed. Okay, night, Dad. I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. 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 I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. Oh my god, it's a sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for. The key to saving my little girl. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead, I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I pass out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. The next morning. Whoa, that was a messed up dream. Never thought I'd be hunting sealed verses in there.
Oh.
Morning, Dad. Hey. What's wrong? You look all tired and you have these weird black circles under your eyes. There's nothing. I had a strange dream and I didn't sleep very well. Oh, I have weird dreams all the time. I know. Actually, I had a totally weird dream last night. Did you know? There was a boy and me, and we were playing this game together. What kind of game? It was called Guess the Word. I think he made it up because I'd never heard of it before. How did it work? Well, the boy would move his mouth but no words would come out, so I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead. What did he say? I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth. But he said he'd be back, so I got to study. Then I can figure out everything and when. You're gonna help me study, right, Dad? Yeah, sure. Okay. You appear lost in thought. This frightens me. It's nothing, don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popol or something. Let's go see Popola. Oh. What's with this room? The hell should I know? Maybe it's Poplar's hobby corner or something. This is from the junk heap. For a decoration. It's certainly in poor taste. It's that lizard thing we fought, the Airy. Who would make a figure out of that anyway? And what's it doing here? I guess this is like a boss trophy room. What's that? It looks like the shade we saw in the Lost Shrine. Oops. We saw this cube back in the Barren Temple. Perhaps the Prince of Facade gave it to Poplar as a gift. Strange little trophy room you got there. What's up, Poplar? Oh, hi Fudge. I just got a strange letter in the mail. Dearest Poplar, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in the hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in... What? I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I don't understand. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice dream on the matter. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, curse, dream, evil dream. Okie dokie. Let's take out the word dream and see if it makes any more sense. I'm writing in the hopes of bringing to your attention a certain issue of concern regarding recent events in the village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently there have been reports of a certain dream of evil... What? Recently there have been reports of a certain evil empty curse. What? That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing. Yeah, it's strange, alright. Who's it from? The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north. The Forest of Myth? They're a bright and talkative group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this. I'll check it out. You will? But... don't worry about it, I've got business there anyway. Oh, well, alright, thank you.
Say.
A village is to the north after you cross the small wooden bridge in the northern plains.
Say.
Thank you. Let's go find another village to fill me full of side quests. Little shits. Oh, these guys are getting a little bit stronger. Got him. Well, that attack looks cool. What's this? Kinda wanna kill it. Oh no, it's just a boar. Yeah, we don't really need to kill that. We've already killed the boar around here. You good? Oh no. Oh, some more words. Alrighty. Forest of Myth. Let's go. It's not much of a forest, but
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm sure of it.
That's what I love about you, Vice. You're such an optimist.
Such cheek.
you got a side quest for me already, my man? You got for me. Beware. Beware the words. The words? What do you mean? Contagious words. Those who dream. Those who dream? Hold a moment. There's a strange new sensation in my mind. Weiss's voice rose in a quizzical way. It is not quizzical. What's going on here? The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes. Perhaps we should start by asking this man. Who are you? I'm Fudge, this is Vice. We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help. The villager stared at Fudge and Vice. If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream. How's that again? The villager explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined that the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. But before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. Now see here, he said, are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream? Well yes, said the mayor. I think you have. Oh crap, said Fudge. So that means we've caught the Death Dream. Before the mayor could confirm Fudge's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage. Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep. The mayor attempted to take Vice's complaints in stride. That's just how the Death Dream works, he said, brushing aside the book's remarks. My remarks shall not be brushed aside, fool, and it would behoove you to remember that this world allows me to view all of its narration. The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Fudge had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village. Something there must have caused you to enter my dream, said the mayor. A certain conversation, a specific word, something. Fudge and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations. The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly. Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens. I was doing no such thing, just leave me alone already. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Fudge like a contagion. Wait, said Fudge suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. Well, he must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something with dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vi suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Fudge's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream, that's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Fudge. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head. His one pencil stopped tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping it off at the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It looks like someone took a sponge and soaked all the colour out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. The mayor's voice took on a note of steely determination, and I won't stop trying until it happens. Fudge nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Why are you... Look, if we can be of any help, said Fudge, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The grimoire looked from Fudge to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my God, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel, and you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. It must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Fudge and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Fudge slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Fudge's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rock seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. A Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor travelling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Fudge to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Fudge snapped. "You know what, Weiss?" he cried. "Go to hell. We're stopping. I need to rest for a few minutes before I throw up." Fudge leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so goddamn big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. As if infuriated by his lack of respect, every imaginable form of buzz, click and hiss roared out with a volume that rattled his teeth. Fudge slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. "Weiss, what the hell is going on?" Fudge could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Fudge's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, Fudge removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shaka, shaka, shaka. Okay, I'm not. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Fudge began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so, this kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 is a secret. Woman? 1 with a woman suffers, 2 with a woman. Secret? Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Fudge sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right. The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Fudge like a rippling wave, opening a new path. "These forest arthropods are making a road for us," said Weiss with a glee. Pleased at passing the test, Fudge moved on with new intensity. Am I going to be able to run around this forest, or am I just reading it? Not that I mind, but it's, I don't really know what's going on. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. "I guess the forest has accepted us, huh?" said Fudge after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. "Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads." As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Fudge picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. "Good heavens," said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving, it sank to the bottom of the spring. The ripples it left behind came together to form words. "I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls I vanish. What am I?" "Absurdly easy," barked Weiss. "Now answer it." Fudge grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. "In all my years," said Weiss softly, "I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place." Hey look, cried Fudge, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Fudge walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Fudge, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? Fudge tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. Benev, Ben, how's it going, my man? Benny Bunny, coming in with the 25 bits. The game has turned into a book, apparently, so I'm just reading the game instead of playing it. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? Fudge tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Let's go, just thought I'd hop in and say hi. Yeah? Nice. Well, I appreciate you popping in. And we're answering riddles, apparently. Yeah, I suppose, said Fudge. Well, at least it's an easy one. Is it an easy one? I'm assuming the answer is a man, but I don't... What does that mean then? 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, end the night with 3. 4 legs in the morning. Oh, a knight with 3 legs because he's got a walking stick. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Fudge. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. You saw... Wait, you saw what? I'm sorry, I don't understand a thing you just said. Yeah, I've heard the riddle before. I knew the answer was man, I just forgot what the reasoning was behind it. Like, you know, what it actually meant. I do like a good riddle. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the man at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Fudge watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Fudge and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. When Fudge and Vice returned... Oh no. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Fudge's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. I'm trying to think of a riddle now. I can't even remember how to word it. It's like my favourite riddle. Oh, let me Google it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. My favourite riddle. What has roots as nobody sees is taller than trees. Up, up it goes, and yet never grows. What is it? Gah, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Fudge withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Fudge filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Wait a second. Are you ready, Ben? What has roots as nobody sees is taller than trees. Up, up, up it goes, and yet never grows. That's crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? This is one hell of a story. Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Fudge and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Weiss. It is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breaths slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. Roots is in the second one, R-O-O-T-S. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. I can type it in chat if that's easier for you. There we go. Fudge shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. We made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once. Twice. As though not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream had started to spread through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. It is indeed mountains. I got another one if you want another one. I do like my riddles. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Fudge and shrugged. Alright, I'll be really quick. Are you ready? It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes out first and follows after, ends life, kills laughter. What is it? Without a word, the fire reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to. A wry smile crossed the mayor's lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now, you should return to your home and rest. Oh, alright, I'll type it, one sec. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, my advice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Ooh, I need that. Fudge and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Fudge mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle, and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound weird, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Fudge tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. Probably doesn't mean anything. Fudge gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. Did that get you, Ben? Got you thinking. Fudge gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. Got you thinking, yeah. That's a good one, that one. The trouble is, like the hardest ones, I think, have like the easiest answers. And once you know the answer, it's like, oh my god. What the fuck? I wish I understood what the hell was going on here. No, it's not air, but it's a good guess. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all. Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life. This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered. I know, that's why I have to help the other villagers, no matter what. Obtained a sealed verse. Summon magical spikes in the ground to impale enemies. Charge. Darkness is correct, Ben. Well done. For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort. Yeah, it's all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village. You think too much, Vice. You got it, you got it. Oh man, my face hurts after all that reading. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, oh, hang on. Oh, I know what it is. You gotta go? No worries, my man. Playing DVD. Good luck. Get those wins. It's like a tree village. It's weird. Yeah, thanks for popping in, man. Have a good one. I'll try and think up some new riddles for next time. Will do. I might hop on Warzone in a little while, I think. This must be another person infected by the death dream. It would appear that way, yes. Oh, I've got... Oh, man. I haven't got to do riddles for all these villages, have I? Say all of them, but there's two. Right, okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, this will be the end of this episode. If you're watching on Twitch, we are going to be doing another episode, but I'm just going to take a quick pee break.